In 1987, Near Dark took the vampire mythos and stripped it down to its chassis and sent it screaming across the American West in a stolen Chevy. It's a sun-drenched, blood-smoked Western where the monsters are a nomadic family of drifters who haven't seen a sunrise since the Civil War. I'm Jeffy.
I'm Samantha.
And this is the Spooky Frog Podcast. We're leaving the haunted mansions behind for the open road. Here we go. No crystal skulls here, just leather, gasoline, and the sound of Tangerine Dream playing over the burning bar.
I love it.
Here we go. This is us. We are talking about Near Dark.
Which I actually like Near Dark. I know we have a difference of opinion on this.
There's a little bit of a difference of opinion. Near Dark just goes... Look, you're talking about the mid to late 80s.
Yeah.
When, I mean, you can just say 80s, where you have legendary vampire films coming out.
Right.
Left and right.
Yes.
And some of them have so much heart and soul inside of them that this one, for me personally, who also doesn't like a spaghetti Western?
Right. So,
yeah.
The funny part is I hate Westerns. With the exception of The Proposition and Bone Tomahawk. But I do not like a Western. I've never liked Westerns. I don't like deserts. I like trees. So if it doesn't have trees, I'm not going. So deserts and Iceland. Sorry, you don't have trees. But I like Near Dark. And I actually didn't realize that I knew this movie until we were getting prepared for the episode tonight. I'm like, wait a minute, I saw this. And I actually thought it was like a nice little movie. Is it profound? Is it one of the great 80s vampire movies? Absolutely not.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you fine.
Right.
It's fine.
Right. I had fun with it. I think you were bored with it.
Yeah, I mean, none of the characters to me are compelling. I don't need fun hey characters. I need someone to be at least interesting.
And it got kind of like fun, hey. Like, there's some of the characters are just very, very cliche. Like, they tried to kind of rubber stamp.
The hayseeds, a little too hayseed.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just watching it like, I get that we're in, like, rural Oklahoma, but, like, do we have to be... Like, I feel like we are in the fever dream of a Hollywood exec who thinks they're in, hayseed... Oklahoma.
Right. Well, and also we're coming off of, like, when did Blazing Saddles come out?
Sure.
Because that's when the Western stopped being cool.
Is it?
Right? That affected... Okay, so Blazing Saddles killed the Western because it made it a joke. But you still had people that still liked the Western.
Were there Westerns before that? Well, yeah.
Are you kidding me? The Western has been something since black and white TV.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought in, like, the 60s it kind of died out. But
it wasn't as popular, but it was still the staple, right?
Sure.
If you wanted to do an action film that wasn't a James Bond.
I guess you had a lot of 70s.
Right,
Westerns.
exactly. So you had all those, and then Blazing Saddles came out, and all of a sudden Westerns were hokey.
Yeah. But, I mean, they kept trying to keep it going. But they were basically like cowboys, but, like Dirty Harry.
Yes.
Dirty Harry's a cowboy movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, in essence, yeah.
Yeah.
But then they were like, but vampires are popular, so let's throw vampires in there and try and trend hop on that. But I like that we're, like, doing another flavor of vampire.
Sure.
So in the vampire 31 flavors that we seem to be doing here.
The wild piece is, because I'm on kind of a vampire kick.
Yeah.
Vampires were really a thing for me when I was a kid.
Me too.
It's one of my favorite mythos.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite kind of creatures of the night.
Yes.
Like that's
that
one
was
of the
so
things.
Important to us. Vampire the Masquerade was a big thing for you. I liked your frilly shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Demons, especially sleep demons, like Freddy Krueger, sassy little sleep demons.
Yes.
And vampires.
He was very sassy, wasn't he?
So
sassy.
Handing out the sass left and right.
I know, yes.
Like, really, if I had my way, the first movies that we put in this podcast would have just been like all of those all the way through. We would have started with the original, then we would have went to gay, then Sleep Warriors.
Look,
like we would have just went through the whole.
If I was trying to take Johnny Depp in a crop top seriously, I would also be sassy.
Oh, I'll take him seriously.
You
take them real serious.
You'll just take them.
I'll take them real serious.
But you tried to theme the vampire thing a little bit too much recently.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of vampire films.
Yeah,
we might have a couple more. Yeah, I might be. This first quarter might just be. Hey, what about vampires in the 80s?
Right. Which I am. I am not opposed to that at all. I love an 80s vampire. I love this whole genre though of like, let's just kind of toss vampires into everything we possibly can.
Yes.
And then stick a soundtrack to it.
Right.
So obviously we had Tangerine Dream in this one.
Right.
Which is just totally a different experience.
Which is wild because you got to understand, like, when this movie came out, mm-hmm. boom, it's in the box office. Mm-hmm. It did terribly. And I think that's because the wind was knocked out of its sail because just 2 months earlier, you had... Lost Boys released.
Oh, okay.
Like, how are you going to launch this in the shadow
of Lost Boys?
Lost Boys.
Was Lost Boys still in theaters?
Yeah.
Then you were screwed. You were screwed. Sorry.
Yeah, and
especially
even it might be in the budgets.
Well,
you know what I mean? So your choice is, I can see this blockbuster, awesome film with the Frog Brothers and the whole, and
Kiefer Sutherland,
sloppied up saxophone man, or
I cannot stop laughing about that.
Yeah, or sleepy
Western.
This
one's a thinker too, without actually being a good thinker. Do you know what I mean?
It's not a good thinker.
Like it tries to be a thoughtful film. But then it gets schlock, but not in like the best way. So like some of the characters, as you kind of, brought up.
Bunch of hayseeds.
Right. And then you had like very, very cliche characters like Diamondback. And then you had, Severin. Severin was just so over the top. I mean,
well, that's the only character that I can forgive.
Really?
And
you liked Severin? I hated him.
Well,
I was like, he can go. He can go anytime. Stick him in the sun.
Bill Paxton can do no wrong in my book.
Really?
I just, I can't.
How would you?
I just love him.
Rank him on your Lost Boys scale of characters. Then, where would he fit in?
Oh, if we had like a Lost Boys Fight Club?
Yeah, like who are you pitting him up against?
Lost Boys Fight Club? No, he's toast.
Okay,
he's too dumb. They're all too dumb. That's the problem.
You know what? They're all
really dumb.
Except for
the dad. But these are the most realistic... Well, even him.
Okay.
These are the most realistic characters that you have playing vampires, right? So, and here's the thing. They never even say the word vampire in this entire film.
Which I appreciate, actually.
For sure.
And I think there's almost a moratorium on the word vampire nowadays, where even Sinners, they didn't say
but
vampire.
They do that with zombies too,
right?
Like
now you can't
walkers
say zombie and
all of this other shit,
chompers,
clickers,
or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
where it's like you can just say it.
Yeah,
you can say
they don't
it.
Want
like
to say
you can be there. I don't know.
Everyone wants to be the first zombie movie, and you're just not, and it's okay. Right. And as long as you're not playing to the trope, which this movie does a great job of not doing.
And I'm not complaining that we don't call them vampires or zombies or whatever. We did a book not that long ago that it was a zombie story, but they didn't say zombies. They called them something different. And I think,
walkers, whatever.
Yeah, and I can't remember what exactly she called them. And I loved that book, actually. It was fantastic. But like you can also still say zombie or vampire.
Sure.
Like you can.
This movie, it's a masterpiece in tension, practical effects, soundscapes. You are locked in that blue line, that sunfall.
It is really pretty that way.
It's gorgeous.
There's always like a sunset or a sunrise shot, and then you get sort of that like the blue twilight zone as well. It is a very pretty movie in terms of the landscape, whereas like Lost Boys had pretty boys.
Yeah.
And The Hunger had pretty people. And
this is the ugly side.
Near Dark has some uggos and really
purposefully.
Right, purposefully.
Everybody's dirty. Everything's messy.
Everything's dusty. I feel like I have grit on my teeth when I watch this movie because everything's like sandy and dusty, but the landscape itself is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, there's some really pretty shots. So there's one shot where there's like a sunset or a sunrise, I think, and that's right in the beginning when we have somebody like trying to cover up with a blanket to stay the sun, and it's all smoking, and it's just very, very pretty.
You've got that neo-Western aesthetic with the visceral horror, right?
Yeah.
And you smash that together, and it really does make you believe that these characters could have just come from the Civil War. They could have just continued on.
Yes.
And, you know, there's a lot of movies that make vampires into these aristocrats, and these are not the aristocrats.
Yeah, you've got the vampire mechanic.
Yeah.
Like, he's just...
And not to give too much away to a very modern film,
Oh.
but you have very similar vibes coming from the most recent one, and you loved it.
Oh, Sinners?
Sinners.
I did love Sinners, but Sinners is a
The
musical.
Hayseed vibe.
It does, yes. That was a very immersive...
similar...
Yeah, that was a very immersive film, and you got the sense that these are real people.
The South.
Yes. And then...
The Hayseed vibe. Yeah.
Right, and the sense that you're taking your past with you. So even in the end of Sinners, where we kind of have like an integration of the vampire characters into more modern eras, not to give anything away, but they're still carrying that past with them. And I did like that they did that in this film. So you have the little kid who's like the oldest of them all.
Right.
But he's trapped in this little kid body.
Right.
And that's, you know, they did it in a different way than Interview with the Vampire, though. Because you have Claudia in Interview with the Vampire, but she never, like, gets old enough to have that past be drug with her the whole time. But she just has still that short experience of, I am a immortal being trapped in a child's body.
Well,
in Near Dark, it
I
goes
think a
farther.
decade or two passed.
Yeah, but, like, that's not... as
long as this.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I like that where it's like you're dealing with that after effect there.
Yeah, and I think that character you're talking about the Homer, the young girl.
Yeah.
Young boy.
Young boy. Who has the Nick Cave nose.
Yeah. Is probably the most terrifying and violent character of all of them.
Yeah. Because you expect the kind of like random violence out of some of the others, right? Like you expect that out of Diamondback, you expect that out of Severin, where they are obviously evil characters. They're not good people. They're not going to have any mercy to them. But it was the kid that was probably the most terrifying. For
sure. Yeah, I mean, this movie's really well known for the barroom massacre. I mean, that
was intense.
You've got the family takeover of the Rule Bar. That is one of the most well-known scenes in this.
I did like the tension of that because there's something about a bar diner scene. There's a Nicolas Cage movie that actually is very good that has a diner scene to it as well, where that tension of not just like the cliche record stop on the jukebox, but the idea that you're taking a mundane situation and flipping it on its head, and all of a sudden this is dangerous.
Sure. But if you're looking at this as, okay, I'm looking at this through a lens of this is a spaghetti western, they have all the tropes.
Yes.
They're stopping in a saloon.
Yeah.
There's a bar room saloon fight. There are dusty open roads.
Everything's dusty.
I'm on my steel heed. You know, even when they're in that, when they're doing the daylight escape in the family van.
In the van.
Like, it's showing them traveling, you know, through the Great Plains. You know, and then there's a final showdown.
Right.
Cowboys, pew pew pew, in an empty town.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Why is that town empty?
All of this stuff, very spaghetti western tropes. I mean, this is basically Gunsmoke with vampires.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh my god, it is.
I mean, in my own humble opinion.
Yeah.
And you've got those normal characters. You got the patriarchal, fought for the South. Exuding terrifying and quiet authority. You've got that Jesse Hooker.
Yes.
You know, and that's Lance Henriksen. Diamondback being Jeanette Goldstein, and Severin being Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
And if those names and this era tell you anything, aliens. So you've got basically the aliens crew.
So you've got the aliens
as vampires
in a western.
In a western.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. So for a viewer like me, that should be very intriguing.
Right, but it's slow.
But I'll tell you, it is.
If
you're coming for some heat, it is not there.
It's not, but
this
it's
is
interesting
a slow,
because
cold crawl through the dirt.
It is, but it's also incredibly violent, and I think that's probably why I like it, because I like those slow burns that all of a sudden shock you with just the level of violence. But I don't like gratuitous violence just for no reason, right? Like, I don't want to watch torture porn. Like, I want to see vampires fuck some stuff up.
Sure.
And they do, but you got to wait for it, and I kind of like that, because it's like, let's just kind of make you wait and tease you a little bit and then just go for broke.
I feel like I'm on a road trip with characters that I have absolutely no interest in, which is my problem.
I could see that.
Bill Paxton's character is probably the only one that seems intriguing to me, but I don't necessarily need I don't need to like the characters.
Right.
That's not what I'm looking for.
I hate Severin.
Yeah.
But that is arguably the best character here.
Exactly. Give me someone that I'm at least interested in. But this hayseed ain't it.
Right.
And his love, his one night stand love interest.
I didn't think that they had chemistry.
There was nothing really there for me.
She's so cute. She's adorable.
Sure. But that's not enough.
I didn't feel like they had chemistry, and like, I don't want to blow the ending.
There's nothing that builds these characters to make you care about.
Which is funny, because you had actually like the good setup around characters, right? So you have
somewhat.
Severin,
you know who they are.
Right. Like, you know who they are, but all of them are like really good distinct characters that if you would have built that out a little bit more, which is funny because you have the time to do it.
But again, we're looking at a movie that is tropes.
Right.
On tropes. Tropes on tropes.
There were several tropes in a trench coat.
Yeah. 3 tropes in a trench coat masquerading as a vampire movie.
Right, yes.
And I don't hate it.
No. I'm
saying that if I were standing with my, what were movie tickets back then, $2.50?
Something.
$5? Well, I don't know. But if I'm sitting there with my $2.50 and I'm looking at Lost Boys or I'm looking at Near Dark, Lost Boys every time.
Well, and if you're buying the soundtrack from Sam Goody, you have Lost Boys or you have the Tangerine Dream soundtrack. So it's like, what are you going to spend your, like, what was it, like $14.99 on?
Sure.
For CDs when CDs came out, or cassette tapes in this era. But like, I still do like the fact that they did a themed soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because this was this era, even into the 90s, where you had soundtracks that were either one band or you had a bunch of different bands that were very well known built into the soundtrack. So I still kind of appreciate that instead of just a score and some random music, if that makes any sense.
All of these movies were sold to execs at that time whenever they were teen facing.
Yeah.
As MTV music, MTV meets X. Oh. Every one of them. So you think of like Lost Boys, you think about all of these different things. So it's like, look, it's going to be... I don't know that this one was necessarily that. Which is interesting. But I think that Tangerine Dream did get injected exactly for that reason. I think they wanted a cinematic landscape, but also some of our most impactful moments in cinema history, especially with, like, you think about... and now I'm going to lose myself because thoughts are hard right now. You think about...
You're forgiven.
Thank you. What is it? Batman '89.
Oh, yeah. With, you've got Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, not that
89.
one? Oh, 89. Okay.
Yeah. You're thinking Batman Returns.
Yes, I am. Maybe because I just like that.
Or Batman and Robin, even.
That was
no, I'm talking about, boy, I'm blanking, and the people at home are like yelling at the screen.
Like, I know it.
Yeah.
Let's just rage bait them a little bit
more.
Oingo
Boingo. So Oingo Boingo, lead star, and changed my entire life and did all of the music for all of my favorite movies ever, and I can't think of his name at all. That's where we are right now.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, Oingo.
Now, okay, so he's got to Google it. But I still say that, like, there's this era of soundtrack movies that I think we don't get anymore, and I'm kind of sad about
Danny
that.
Elfman.
Duh, of course. Now he's so buff.
Oh, yeah.
He's buff and tatted.
Yeah.
And, like, Like Danny Elfman.
But like Danny Elfman was brought on to Batman because of that same reasoning.
Right.
So they were like,
yes.
we need some.
So
some
that's why
power.
I think Tron Eras made a mistake, and they should have just marketed this
as a music video.
as a Nine Inch Nails music video.
Sure.
And then I would
should
have
have
been
leaned
fine with
way
it.
more into it.
I'm probably not going to see it.
So let's talk director.
Yes.
Kathryn Bigelow.
Yeah.
Who ultimately went on to marry the Aliens.
I had no idea that's where that was going. So it makes
Jim
sense
Cameron.
that we have characters that are in both films.
Yes.
They were sharing a lot of things.
And that's exactly what happened. Like, he said, hey, you should just use my actors.
Sharing.
Oh.
Sharing.
Oh. Yeah, so that's exactly what happened there. Before she was doing the Hurt Locker, and
I did not know that.
I mean, this was actually her first solo directorial debut.
Okay, so I can
she had
see,
done a film before
yeah.
with another director, and now this is her first solo run. And I lay none of the fault of this film at the director. I just think that there's some faulty towers here.
Yes. And I would agree with you, just because I don't think the direction on the actors or on the scenes was the issue at all. I think it was in some of the development of those characters and the pacing, which isn't necessarily a directorial decision. That's more of a storyline decision.
Yeah. Cinematography by Adam Greenberg. He did The Terminator.
No way.
Yeah, and that's why you're getting a lot of that dark,
that blue,
those blue,
yeah,
a lot of that transition between night and day.
Totally.
This film feels dusty, sweaty,
it's so dusty.
Dangerous.
It's so dusty,
bloody. Like if you're looking for visceral face in the dirt.
It's dirty.
I think every character in here is just dirty.
Yeah, they're constantly grimy all the time and full of sand. What's funny about the Terminator thing is we're rewatching the X-Files, and now we're on season 8, which is the John Doggett part, and I'm going to nerd out because that's what I do. He goes, I nerd. And John Doggett is played by the actor who played the cop in Terminator. You know, he's like that guy.
Yeah.
And I had no idea until the boyfriend pointed out. I'm like, oh my God, it is the cop from the Terminator. And now I see that entire season completely differently.
The problem is, everybody started to see him as the cop from the Terminator, and it was really hard for him to get work.
Here's where being face blind actually is beneficial.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who anybody is. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you again? I mean, we look alike, so am I you? Are you me? Now that we have the same shirt today. Oh, man.
It didn't do well at the box office.
Right, and I think part of that might have been the ending.
I honestly think it's just the subject matter. It's the subject matter, and it came right after. So people are like, oh, another vampire movie. Right. And then a couple people went to see it, and they're like, this was not Lost Boys. We just saw Lost Boys. This is not fun 80s romp.
Timu Hillbilly Lost Boys?
I don't know if they were trying to cash in on that.
I don't think because this would have had to have been in production already.
But it's definitely hayseed.
Yeah.
Vampires.
Yeah. But
and
I don't hate it.
It's hard to sell that if you don't have way more. Like, if you leaned into it and made it more twangy and it wasn't so introspective. Like, they're using.
You want to go more
they're not
schlock.
They don't use. Yeah. I mean, so if you're doing hayseeds out in Oklahoma.
If you made this today, how would you do it?
How would I do it?
Well,
I wouldn't
how do you, well,
first,
right,
I
understand that. But if you were going to do it, how would you make this work in modern times?
Well, you really couldn't lean into the schlock because you literally just released Lost Boys. Okay. So if you know that that's in the chamber and that's coming, you're going to have to pivot. Okay. And if you're going to pivot, I think they were trying to achieve something, but it really wasn't realized.
Imagine that this is 2025 and Sinners came out already. How do you do Near Dark?
Against Sinners? Then I definitely go schlocky.
Okay.
Against Sinners, I go schlocky.
Yeah, because they went so serious.
Yes.
And whereas Lost Boys was still fun, and I think this tried to be too serious, I think you'd have to go the opposite direction.
Sure. I mean, they're using blood transfusions to fix vampirism.
Right.
You know, they never talk about vampires. They're using modern day science.
I like it and I don't like it.
Right. There's none of the vampire tropes in it.
It's a little too simple.
I mean, the characters are also really simple.
They're also very simple.
Yeah.
This is a straightforward movie. Do you think that we would survive? Would we survive? How would we do in this movie? Because I feel like you would probably like smack down a bunch of the characters because you'd be annoyed by them. And I would probably just figure out the answer real quick and just be like, all right, let's just go do this then.
So I have a 60% survival rate for Jeffy.
That's low for you.
It is.
I
think I've got the aesthetic down.
Are you dusty? When did you become dusty?
No, I think Severin would think like me. Like that's the kind of character that I'd get along with.
Yes, actually, which is
You know
interesting.
what I mean? And then I have a lot of knowledge about Midwest dive bars. I can navigate
that
those.
bar scene?
Yeah, I can navigate that. Yeah,
you would have been fine.
I have also been a bouncer at a lot of these establishments.
And you would have been better at the jukebox too.
Yeah. So my problem would be I'd be trying to figure out I'd be trying to work on things too much or getting too involved with these guys, and they are very like Yahoo. Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
Like just by getting in their way, you are putting yourselves in the way of chaos.
Yes, where they'll
I would have been drawn to that. So I think I would have just stepped right in front of it.
You like chaos?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Fucked. I had no idea.
But Sam, I put at 80%.
All right.
And that's because she would have spotted the signs of predatory drifters.
I mean,
almost goddamn immediately.
They were pretty obvious about
that,
though.
And you know, you would have been able to see through all of the potential signs there, the bartering, all of this. I think you would have been good.
Okay.
I think the only thing that you would have gotten caught up on is the biological aspect.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
might have wanted to get involved with that.
Oh, I would have been hung up. I would have hyper fixated on that, actually.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, I noticed that you are somebody that actually likes world building.
Interesting.
So I think that that's somewhere where you get you might get tripped up. That might be a weakness because you want to learn about the frog and the bug, and you want to know how this works and how does this work, and that's not how this works.
No.
Right? So you want to know how these things happen. So world building to you is very important, and you would have been like tripped up by like you were in the Civil War. Tell me about that. I need to know. I want to know
the
more
details.
about this.
I need to know the context.
Exactly.
Like I can't, and we joke about this at home, that I can't answer a yes or no question.
Yeah.
I literally cannot. Have you ever seen me say yes or no to almost anything, unless it's in a very specific situation where I am like, I need to give direction and I need to like take charge. It's usually...
I've known you a very long time, so I get some of those every once in a while, but it's only because I know I need to give you all the information.
Yes.
So that you can...
Because my answer might be different.
What did you just say? Yes.
I said
because
yes,
I gave you all the information.
Yes, but because I need to know the context, because that might change my answer.
Yes.
Like, hey, if you're asking me like what the weather is like on a specific date, well, okay, I can tell you in general, but do you need to know if it's going to rain or not? Do you need to know if it's going to be warm or not? Is it going to be? Are you going to try and do a bike ride? Are you going to try and fly a kite? Like all those things matter and have context. And now I'm being a complete nerd.
Totally. Final verdict, 70% overall.
We did okay.
As long as we didn't pick the fight in the bar.
You know,
we didn't
that
get
might
real
be an
sassy.
issue.
And we kept our vehicle gassed up, which I think you would have been on top of. We're both tempted by the Eternal Night lifestyle, though.
I have no problem with this whole Eternal issue at all.
So does the dog die? We got some trigger warnings here.
Oh, yeah.
They're not much. The gore and violence is high.
Yeah, which is fine. If
Don't
you
show
like
your
that.
kids.
No.
Unless, unless
you're that kind of parent.
Yeah, unless you're my dad, and then show all the gore.
Well, that worked out fine.
Fire, lots of it. You have a phobia of that?
There is a lot of fire.
Yeah, if you're Frankenstein, do not watch this film.
They were like, what can we do to make this more exciting? And it was that fire was always the answer.
Yeah.
This entire film.
Fire in a car. Fire in a trapped building.
Fire in a field.
Fire
in a bar.
Yeah. Child in peril. So if you're somebody,
though?
Well, it's a depiction of a child in peril.
Okay, he looks like a child, but he's not a child.
But there's also another child that's in peril.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. We don't want to spoil it, but there is
another child.
There is a predatory child.
Yes.
Child.
And then there's the other child.
And it can be unsettling.
Yeah.
right? So animal safety, no major dog dies moments.
They're good with that, actually.
But the atmosphere is an extreme threat to literally anything around it. Like I said, these are agents of chaos that you can't just contend with whatever they're going to do.
There's not like a magic formula to surviving them. It's just sort of dumb luck, and if you can barter in a certain way.
If you can clock them.
Yeah.
I think it's if you can clock them.
Yes, then they're actually interested.
Civil War vampires.
Otherwise, you're just food.
All right. Who should watch this film? If you're a fan of the Hitcher, John Carpenter's Vampires, and Mad Max, I would say I'd put Mad Max in there.
All right.
If that's your thing, then I think this might be a thing for you. Although all of those films are much more fast paced, so it's basically if Mad Max had the pacing of The Hunger.
Well, okay, it's Mad Max, but horses instead of fast vehicles. Not that there were horses really much in this one, but like it's that sort of it has this post-apocalyptical feel to it, but a slower pacing than a Mad Max.
Yeah, if you want your vampires to be romantic and lords and clean and blah, this is not for you. If the Interview with the Vampire types are your type, this is not your thing. These are down in the mud, like good old boys that are vampires.
That's why I like it. Don't give me a Victorian vampire. Give me a gritty, covered in dirt, like blue-collar vampire.
Sure. If you're looking for a fun, lighthearted 80s romp, because this came out in the 80s, this is a gritty and mean movie. This is not a nice movie.
Yeah,
there's nothing nice about this.
Yeah,
it is. There is a torrid love story.
Right.
That is literally a one night stand going awry, and there's also some parts in it where he's being kind of predatory towards her.
Absolutely.
So I mean, you get what you get, buddy. You know, you get what you get.
You know what? They might. You
signed up for that shit.
Yeah, they kind of deserve each other.
If you have a low tolerance for Bill Paxton being too good at playing a psychopath,
why would you have a problem with that? I love that.
If that's not your thing, I love him when he's doing this in every role he's ever done it in.
Yeah.
I mean, Game Over. I almost got that tattooed on me. You know, Game Over, man. Game over. Yeah, I mean. It is fun when they are driving through the city. Yeah. You can see on at the Cinemaplex, at the multiplex, they have aliens on the marquee,
which is such a cute little Easter egg.
Which is fun.
I love that.
That's fun.
I absolutely love that. I do love an Easter egg.
Yeah. So if you're not into the Bill Paxton, which God, I don't understand you if you're not, then this is not a thing for you.
I mean, you're just wrong.
Yeah.
You're just wrong at that point.
I'd argue you're wrong.
Yeah, you're just wrong. It's okay to be wrong. You can be wrong.
Yeah. So, one thing that I didn't really talk about at the top was we had an awesome prom.
We did.
We had 2 days, 600 people each day, so 1,200 folks.
You brought not only yourselves, but your friends and your outfits, and they were amazing.
The community was there.
Everyone was having a great time. Very big shout out to all of the crew.
For sure.
There were some people that really, really helped make all of this happen. And
absolutely.
Brett and JJ, definitely number one. Natalie, the sauce queen, Rin running around. Obviously, my boyfriend was a big help as well. But like so many people made this happen. We had some other great DJs. So we had Mikey Shadow, who's one of my favorites. We had Vic, Asher Gray, who played the Faint, and I am now a super fan. And then obviously Institution at Fatal Friday, Vic Dagger.
Oh, for sure.
Who brought the vest and the outfit.
For sure.
Love it. Like,
Michael taking photos.
Michael was amazing. Yeah, he was taking... So if you want to know who that guy was that was helping you take the photo with our beautiful backdrop, that was Michael.
And then my shrimp was taking care of me.
Yes.
Because Jeffy decided to have a heart attack.
Yeah, he tried to leave us.
A literal heart attack.
Yeah, literally. So he tried to be undead, so you were on brand at least.
Yeah, so if I'm not remembering things and I seem extra sleepy, it's because literally 1 week ago, I was getting a stent put into my heart.
Yes.
Because, it had a spasm. I had an EKG. I had all of it, all of the tests that you could possibly have. And
Well, they knew who they were dealing with, so they knew that, like, if they didn't fix everything, you would be their worst case scenario of the person who would, like, go crazy.
The only thing that I have left is that little bit of a bruise and a little scar
and you heal
from the
quick.
tube that came in through here.
From the catheterization.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of the bruise there, too. Yeah. So that was where they put the stent in, and it was a remarkable, easy 20-minute surgery.
Which is amazing, because we didn't know. Because it was like, hey, got to go in and, like, this is happening. And then all of a sudden it was, oh, hey, I'm out. And I was like, it's
and
alive.
And it wasn't blocked arteries.
Right. Which
it was
is
just a spasm.
I mean, this was like the best case scenario of this kind of thing happening, even though you scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, now I'm on some meds.
Yeah.
I'm extra tired.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you made it out to do the coronation on Saturday.
That's true.
Which was amazing. And
I was able to put that out there, which is great.
Yeah.
But I can't remember who Danny Elfman is anymore. So, even though he changed my entire life, like you're talking about the guy
Danny Elfman.
Batman,
if you ever
score.
see this, please contact him so he knows who you are again.
I love you. I love you, Danny.
You and your awesome buffness and tattoos now too.
Yeah, you should go to the Goth Barge Facebook page though.
Oh yeah,
and the Instagram page.
Yeah.
Look at
See
the
all
photos,
the pictures, the outfits.
Oh, the outfits,
the hair, the
everybody
boots,
brought it.
The clothes.
It was so good.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
and there's more chances for you to show off your cool stuff coming up.
For sure, yeah. Goth Dad's Grimmark Side Quest video dance party at the Hyatt. We're doing it in the View. That's a 360
It's like
panoramic.
a big spaceship on the top of a hotel.
Yeah, and you just look over the entire Milwaukee city.
Yeah.
It's happening during
Adepticon.
Adepticon? Yeah. See,
we know
no
words.
good work.
We know
good.
words.
So Adepticon will be happening. Adepticon's actually free to go to.
Right.
So feel free to do that.
Which is so
and then
cool.
I think we're doing $15 at the door. Which is very inexpensive.
Especially for the View, and especially because we have... Dusty Gannon. Formerly of Vision Video, now
Video.
of Agonal Gasps, I think is his new project now. That's going to be incredible.
That's wonderful.
We're going to do a book and movie club coming up this summer, so we're going to do like a book it / movie it. So we'll
the read and watch.
The read and watch. So we're going to put out a full... Now I can't talk.
We got bookmarks coming.
When we do the connection thing where we start to become each other.
We're going to start doing quarterly bookmarks.
Yeah, so you'll be
that
able
you
to
can follow along with us.
Watch and read with us.
And enjoy with us.
And then Spooky Frog, obviously coming up May 16th. Applications are still open, but I've kind of know what's going on now as far as the numbers go. So I will be announcing who our attending authors and vendors are at the end of the month.
Oh, I love this.
Very exciting. And then next week, we're going vintage.
We are.
We're going vintage, and I actually think this might be it's a first printing paperback. And I got this from Rex at Intelligent Elephant, who is one of my vendors. He will be at the Spooky Frog in May. He lovingly gave me an R.L. Stine One Evil Summer. So when I was a kid and I was just a library nerd, I would literally check out like 10 of these at once and just read the heck out of these and anything else that was like...
Did you work at the library?
I did. That was my first job.
I remember poking in there and like bothering you there.
Yeah, I volunteered first so that I knew I would be the first in line for a job. So I've literally been working since I was 12. We won't talk about how long ago that was. But I literally... Christopher Pike and R.L. Stine were my emotional support YA horror. And so I thought, what better way to get us into... It's gorgeous weather right now. So we're kind of in this like summery atmosphere. And I thought, why don't we just throw back to young adult horror and go with something that really like shaped my childhood and just have a good time with it.
Yeah.
Because we've got a lot of serious material coming up. Our movie that we're going to do next is actually very serious, and the book after this is very serious. So I'm like, let's just have a little fun. We did our club one last time. Now we're going to go and
lighthearted 90s romp.
I mean, yeah, right. And well, that was modern romp. This is not going to be a romp, but it is going to be some good vintage horror that really inspired every YA horror to come. So you went from Goosebumps to this, and then from there. So, but yeah, we've got a lot in the works, and he's going to stop trying to die on us because I can't do both.
You tried this. You tried. You did a good job. I mean, I'll tell you, like, no one was want for anything, and you did a terrific job holding down the fort the entire way through. Yeah. Yeah. She flipped into business mode and was just like, no, we're doing this.
Like,
and,
we're going to prom.
You know, there's 1,200 people in this city that are very happy that you did that.
You guys were amazing. Everybody lended a huge hand, and thank you to Ashley for being my balloon queen. And everyone else that made this happen. Like, this is a community in so many senses. Like, there's so many volunteers too. So it's not just us, it's not just you, it's not just me, it's not just our core crew even. It is the broader community as a whole, and everybody stepped up.
Yeah. It's beautiful to see.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's us.
That is us. Since we're, twinning with our shirts here.
Yes, that's right.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.